Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Blox Fruits update. I already tried recording this video, but I got distracted because someone decided they wanted to fight me. I don't know who it was. And they lost pretty miserably. I didn't even have to transform into dragon. Nice. Listen, imagine getting embarrassed by someone that doesn't PvP in this game at all. That's just sad. Moving on. We're gonna be talking about the new Blox Fruits update. It's fairly small. It doesn't have much for players that have already been playing the game, or players that just started. It has 3 fruit reworks that actually matter. It has a new fruit that doesn't really matter, and they have a complete gun overhaul, and that's the main part of the update. That's the main stuff. That's the new content that you're supposed to be playing with. And for the most part, it's very minor. To be fair, I don't have a lot of guns, so I don't really want to talk about the gun rework too much. And I'm not going to farm for guns. I don't care enough to do that. I don't want to go and get every gun I possibly can. I think that's stupid and a waste of time to try them out and be like, this is just as mid as they were before. Or to say, oh, they're a bit better. Or they are better. But from what I've seen, what I can tell, they're not any more usable than they were before. So... But yeah. Let's talk about the reworks of Dragon first. Dragon is split into 2 fruits now instead of 1, which in my opinion was a fairly dumb idea. I don't really know why they did that. It's kind of pointless. Nice. Free money, I guess. To me, it's pointless. I don't know why they did it. I will say that my version, the Eastern version, is nice. I kind of like it. But it could be better. It's pretty decent for grinding, but when you're at max, it's pretty pointless. Skadonk. But yeah. That's just my opinion. It's kind of pointless if you're already in 3rd C and max level. Dragon, the rework is pretty pointless. It's not really that good for PvP, from what I've just experienced. It's pretty mid, actually. If not, just downright bad. It's just not worth having if you want a PvP, in my opinion. Unlike Diamond, unironically. Diamond got buffed in what would be my opinion a little bit overtuned. It's a little bit too good. You start with 3 damaging moves, which for any fruit is insane. You have an M1, and then you have a not an M2. Then you have a Z, which allows you to get a defense buff, and then you get a you get to do damage after that. I do not have the health to deal with you. Could you? Okay. Back it up. Neither me or my ship have the health to deal with you. Or the Rough Sea. Or these fucking flying piranhas. Oh well, ship's probably dead here. Where did the fucking piranhas go? Okay, interesting. But anyway, back on topic. Are you fucking serious? Okay. Back on topic. Diamond has a lot of moves that are just decent at the start. I would argue it has too many to start with. Past that, like, yeah. Having too many moves to start with makes it feel fairly strong for what it is, and it's not supposed to be insanely strong. So to me, this feels like an oversight, I would say. Who the fuck said I wanted that? No, I would like... There you go. Jesus. What the fuck? Okay. I'm definitely dying to the Terror Shark. There's no way I'm beating that. Oh, and the ship died. Well, damn. I'm not going to do nearly enough damage to kill it. So... Can't really tell because I'm way too big. Yeah, Diamond is a little overbuffed, in my honest opinion. How did that miss? How did that miss? But yeah, Blade feels alright. I wouldn't say it's anything grand or spectacular. Okay, I really can't tell what's going on here. There we go. That hit. Nice. To be expected. I don't know how that missed. I don't know how that missed. But, yeah. Blade's alright. Diamond is way too strong for an uncommon. It should be rare, in my opinion. At least. If not rare, legendary. Because it is just that good. I would honestly put it on par with... Honestly, I would put it on par with, like, Ice and Light. I wouldn't say it's as good as, like, Magma or Rubber or Ghost. But I would definitely say on par with ice and light. I need to actually kind of back up here. Why is he so fast? I'm not going to be able to outrun him. And that just straight up doesn't hit. Nice. Damn. That was close. Oh well. Yeah. That's my opinion about Diamond. It's on par with Ice and Light. Definitely. And it's a good alternative to those. Same with Blade. I would put Blade, honestly, on par with Ice and Light as well. They're good alternatives for them. And I think that's decent that they're giving earlier players more options. But at the same time, Diamond, in my opinion, is definitely overbuffed for what it was and what it is. It is definitely more PvP sided, in my opinion, than it is grind. Because the cooldowns just kind of suck for grinding on Diamond. Well, Blade, the cooldowns feel pretty decent for grinding. And are pretty good for grinding. So, you know, if you're a grinder, go with Blade. If you're a PvPer, go with Diamond. If you don't want to use Ice or Light, because either you don't have them or you just don't like how they play. Understandable. They all have M1s, so that's cool. I would say Ice and Light are obviously better for combos with their M1s. And they're definitely better for grinding than the other two. But the other two are definitely good alternatives. Especially when I would say Blade kind of looks like this, but very simplified and smaller and purple. So, yeah. Take that as you will. I don't exactly remember when the last time I rolled was. I'm very bad at time management, if you couldn't tell. So I'm about to check. We're about to do math. Oh god. Damn. As for max level cap being upped by 50, in my opinion, it's very lazy. Oh, Light's in stock. Nice. Same with Magma. In my opinion, it's very lazy because they just did an island extension. They didn't even add a new island. And you might say, oh, but they reworked 3 islands in the same update. Be grateful. This is a year's worth of development. It doesn't feel like 3 years worth of development. Or not 3 years, sorry. 1 year's worth of development. It doesn't feel like that. Okay, they upgraded Port Town, Hydra Island, and Great Tree. In my opinion, the third sea doesn't need any reworks. It didn't. First sea still looks like absolute fucking hot dog water. And the third sea, depending on where you go, looks pretty good, or it could look pretty mid. Honestly, the reworks to the third sea didn't need to happen yet. Now, absolutely making more grinding islands, yes, so that max level players actually do something other than going back to first sea and killing people, which just isn't happening. You only have 50 levels of grinding. And then you have a dragon rework that a lot of people already have, including me. And then you also have the fact that there are some people that just don't give a shit about dragon. That's just what's going to happen. Some people just don't care about dragon. They don't give a shit about the rework. So what happens? Fuck you, that's what happens. And people are just going to grind the 50 levels and move on. Oh, but Dragon Talon rework. What about it? Honestly, I haven't used new Dragon Talon, but I don't really feel like it. I could, but from what Eddie has already stated about Dragon Talon, it's not very much different. It's definitely better than it was, and it even might be better than God Human, which just makes the God Human grind not worth it, if you think about it, because you can get Dragon Talon a hell of a lot earlier than you can God Human. And even then, you can just skip God Human and Dragon Talon altogether and go to Sanguine. So, honestly, the God Human grind hasn't been worth it for the past year. And that's kind of why I feel like I wasted my time grinding God Human, even though, A, I'm not using it, and B, I actually do want Sanguine, and I'm going to work on it. So, there you go. Yeah. There's just not much to talk about in this update for me. There's not a lot. Really, the only things that are worthwhile that I think are worth talking about is the fact that this update is just not good. A, it's not good. It's fairly small and doesn't feel like a year's worth of work. Just a reminder, in exactly 10 days after this update released, it would have been a full year with no update. A full year with no update. That's pretty bad. And so they put a lot of effort into this update to release just as much as they probably would have released 6 months ago. Or, hell, even 9 months ago. This is the same size, I would argue. I would absolutely argue that this update is the same size as update 22 or 23. Maybe I would put it on the same size as update 21 and or update 20, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like 21 or 20 to me. It feels like a very minor update. It feels like the game hasn't really changed at all, at least from my perspective. It doesn't feel like there's much new that needs to be said or needs to happen or that you need to do. It's just mid. The biggest downside is me losing all of my Dragon Mastery, which I'm a little pissed about. But, oh well. I can get that back anyways. It's not like it took me that long to get 500 Mastery on Dragon. It only took me about a week or two, and then I quit playing the game. So, yeah. Just some food for thought. And hopefully the devs take it into consideration that the game actually receives decently scheduled updates. More than once a year, maybe. Maybe not just at the end of the year, like last year. Maybe not at the end of the year, like this year. And maybe they can do those weekly updates they promised last year in July. But I'm not going to talk about all the things they promised last year in July that just straight up isn't in this update, or update 20, or update 21 for that matter. Let's just say update 20 through 24 are kind of snooze fests because they didn't add everything they promised that update 20 would add. So they're behind. They're behind on what they said they would do. And that's just the facts. They haven't done all they said they would do. And that's just the way it is. So until they do all the things that they promised in July of 2023, I am not really going to be fully happy with every update. That doesn't mean they can't make a good update. Just because they've had a streak of 5 really mid updates for players like me doesn't mean anything. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.